Okay guys, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Where have I been? Well, so for the last year, I have been absent. About a year ago, when I quit filming videos, actually I think the last video I made was the seat cover video. Right after that, I figured out I was having triplets. So, as you can imagine, I've been nothing but busy with all kinds of life that comes with having babies, 3 at a time. That being said, I am back for good. I have no plans on leaving this channel. I have no plans on leaving, my love of building dirt bikes and riding dirt bikes and fixing things and working on things and doing all that stuff that all of you guys like to do. So the funny thing is when I left YouTube a year ago to have the babies and go through that process, I had I want to say I had like 40 subscribers or so, and now I have 220 of you. So apparently nobody's noticed that I haven't been on for a year, or everybody just liked my stuff enough they're going to subscribe anyway and see if I post something. Here I am. I'm back. I'm going to post some stuff, and we're going to start today's video out with a walk around of the bike. I did a build series on this bike. I was going to do a full teardown of the bike, like frame, motor, new wheels. I had this awesome plan for this bike. When we figured out we were having babies, it was like, hit the brakes. Let's put a halt on this, and let's talk about using that money to go towards babies. So, needless to say, I have not done that, but I have done a few things to the bike since that last video, and I figured I'd do an update and a walk around and get you guys kicked back off to this whole thing. So, I know I've got a lot of people, family that watch these videos, and friends, things like that. So, thank you guys for watching, and let's get right into the video. There's the bike. So the very last thing I did install wise was this seat cover from Rocky Mountain, and this is their in-house seat cover. And since I did that, I probably put about 20 hours on the bike. I've gone on about anywhere from 6 to 10 rides, so probably 15 or 20 hours on it. So, and as you can see, it's holding up great. No complaints there. It was a little bit hard to install, but didn't have any issues. So, updates though. I did get this bar pad, this Pro Taper bar pad, focus camera, which just to replace the one that I had on it. I had a black one that was really sweet, but I put that on there. Got it on a $5 bin discount, so it was pretty sweet. Suspension. I do have Race Tech suspension in it. I did put fork springs in. And then as you can see right there, I have a shock spring. Also, I did rebuild the shock. I took the shock all the way down, put a new seal head in it, cleaned up the rod, put a new bumper on it, and did all that stuff. Motor-wise, I have done nothing but the valve adjustment that you guys have seen in the video, other than typical oil changes. So motor is completely bone stock still. Same with carburetor. Everything is as you guys saw it. I have gone through about 2 chains. I have gone through 2 sets of sprockets. These are just the regular primary drive steel sprockets, OEM style, both front and rear. And then down here I have this primary drive chain slider, which I replaced. I put in place of the OEM. I had wore out the OEM block, so I did put this on here, and I would highly recommend this. I really do like it. So far it's been pretty smooth. So plastics, all the same. Haven't touched them at all. I don't know if you guys recall, but it has a front brake caliper or rotor. So it is amazing. It works great. Still on the OEM pads. They look amazing still. Fork bleeders. That's a cheap $15–20 part, which anybody should have on their forks. What else did I do? trying to remember what else I did to it. As far as this side of the bike goes, sorry, it's kind of in a corner. Nothing there really. Still have the stock pipe on it. I did go with the Mx33 tires because most of the riding that I do is track riding, and as you can see, tread still looks great. I'm actually very surprised with how well this tire is holding up on the rear, especially being that this is a 450. It likes to eat tires up. And then the front is still so solid, obviously. So otherwise, the bike is pretty much a bone stock bike. This is my first 450. I've always had a 252 stroke or 254 stroke. And I'll tell you what, with my frame and my build, this bike it's a dream for me to ride. And honestly, it seems very narrow, seems very, very small in the cockpit. It fits me really nice. I really enjoy this bike. I do have a little bit of a jetting issue still. I think it's my my pilot jet. It likes to backfire on decel just a little bit, so I do have to dig into that, figure out what's going on there. But otherwise, the bike is pretty much bone stock. Everything is as I left it when I left YouTube. I have just rode it a few times. So I did ride it a handful of times on the stock suspension. And I think when Yamaha designed these, they actually built them for 170-pound riders, which I'm not 170 pounds. I'm about 215, 220, 215 on a good day, right? So it did not do me well. I was bottoming. If I overjumped anything, it would just murder me. So anyway, regardless though, I did put the suspension in from Race Tech. I don't have gold valves or anything like that. I'm kind of cheap, so, but otherwise the suspension is amazing. This bike handles like a dream. I couldn't be more happy. I've been able to ride it harder than I ever have, obviously, with the good suspension. So pretty happy with it. It looks really good. My next plan is on the bike though. I plan on putting a 17 or newer style front fender on it, a little more aggressive look. This front fender is kind of tweaked anyway. I don't know why. Must have been from when I got it, but plan on doing a whole graphics kit for it. And then maybe this winter, and this is my thoughts, but maybe this winter I will either do a full frame off restoration of this bike with a 490 big bore or something like that on the motor, or I will buy a 125 and do a complete rebuild of a 125, because I'm really wanting a 125, but it's up in the air still. It depends on you know, how things go with life and all that. But yeah, I mean, you guys tell me what you think. What do you want to see? I'm pretty sure I'm going to do another bike. I think it's going to be a YZ450F. We will see what happens. Also, my boy is getting old enough that he can get a 50 and start riding, because he's going to turn 4 this year, so it will be just about right for him to get on a bike and start learning how to ride. It kills him every time I go out and ride. He just wants to ride on it, and he's pretty fearless. So I think I'm going to pick him up a bike, probably a CRF 50 or something like that, TTR 50. We'll see what we get. But anyway, that is the bike update so far. Bulletproof, as you can see, a little bit of frame wear there. I got to Scotch-Brite that, clean that up. But so far the bike has been solid, totally solid. I love this bike. Yes, it's carbureted, but man, this suspension, this SSS suspension is so sweet, especially when you get it sprung right. So if you guys are at all hesitating to spring your bike, I would say do it. Don't wait any longer, because it just changes, you know, your entire ability to ride and what you can do. So definitely recommend doing that. Also, I did inspect the clutch on it, and with a little bit of time that I've put on it, and you know, who knows how many hours it had on it before I bought it. I mean, very few, obviously. The clutch looks amazing. And by the way, I did get some people asking about some oil that I use. And like I said in the oil change video, I just use Rotella T4 1540. Works amazing. So anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. Short and sweet. That's a bike update. Be looking out for some more videos to come. I plan on doing more than just bike stuff. Do truck stuff, do my woodworking stuff. If you guys have any suggestions on videos you want to see, whether it be with a bike, whether it be cars, vehicles, bike build, I like doing that stuff, and that's really what I wanted to come back and do on this channel. So now that my life has somewhat organized into something where I can do this again, I'm back at it. So anyways, if you guys haven't subscribed, if you liked the video, give it a like, please. It helps me a lot, and we'll see you in the next one.